Good morning. I'm here to help you with your beliefs in the hereafter.
Oh boy.
Yes, before I go, I'm pretty old, I'm 80 now, and I don't have much time left to try to help you, so I'm writing this novel about the hereafter called Beyond the Red Haze. And I'm to the part in it where I'm writing a chapter called The Children's Paradise. There's different sections of the hereafter where people go. And the children's hereafter is special. But oh dear, I've had a terrible time writing it because people don't want to hear this message. I know I'm going to lose a lot of readers, potential readers, just writing about it. The children's paradise. But I've done an awful lot of thinking about it for years and years, and I've hooked up in the hereafter with a helper from the other side in the form of a sister helper who has explored and knows a lot about it, and she's talking to me in my novel about the children's paradise. Well, right now in America we're getting primed to elect a president, and I'm taking a big interest in it because I'm looking for a strong pro-life president. Pro-life. Because in this country, a few years ago, 1973 to be exact, a law was passed by the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court ruled that abortion was legal in all the states. Up till then, a lot of the states didn't legalize it, and so abortion was illegal in a number of states. Well, as could be predicted, millions of deaths occurred because law was legalized. Millions of children, the fetus, at the fetus age, have been sent to the hereafter. And along with this, people started feeling very uncomfortable about this with the old traditional ideas of a hereafter where so that was when the hereafter took a big hit. Oh, there's no hereafter. The skeptics really had a field day. How could we possibly survive death? There's no, and there's all of this these ideas that religions have come up with, where you die and you are united with your loved ones, and you are a spirit, and you meet all the spirits in heaven. Now that idea's just got to go. It's nothing but a fairy tale. It doesn't and so right along with this new law then came the need to do away with all these old ideas and myths, and just get tough and realistic, and so that people could live with this law, so they could come up with reasons why it was okay. Well, I don't know, they just never did come up with convincing reasons. And I say one of the worst things that happens is, they had to come up with euphemisms, pro-choice. This meant a woman had the right to choose choose what to do with her own body was the idea. Well, this just doesn't even make a lot of sense because it was to justify. And, it was just sort of an arbitrary thing of, well, the poor little fetus that the mother had always protected in nature, with her life even, was now at risk from their own mother, because she now had a right to choose. This philosophy was promoted that if this little invader came into her body, she had the right to. Yes.
What's this got to do with this novel you're writing?
Well, I'm writing about the children's paradise.
Well,
In the
let's get on with
hereafter.
it.
In the hereafter, all these little children that we think of as just tissue.
I kind of like to hear about it myself.
They all
Never heard it before.
have gone to the children's paradise.
Really? I thought
If we can save a child in a hospital that's only 6 months along, and there's been millions killed that were 6 months along, it's legal in the United States now to kill a baby as up to 9 months, as long as it's inside the body.
Paradise?
Well, paradise is full of all these children that people try to think. There is no paradise. There are no children up there. We're not going there. We're not going to have to deal with what we've done here. See, the whole idea, one of the ideas of the hereafter was, well, criminals didn't get caught. People didn't, nobody knew who murdered who sometimes. And divine justice would have to take care of this. I mean, the idea was that eventually you would be caught up with, even if it was in the hereafter. And look at all the murder victims. That certainly wasn't, they would be killed. So there needed to be hereafter for them to survive in some form, in spirit form, and there needed to be a place where those who had gotten away with killing could be dealt with further on. And that was, there's all kinds of ideas that have been developed through hundreds and hundreds of years of people living that required a hereafter too. And this whole idea has been taking a terrific hit with legalized abortion, because it's just hard to keep on thinking that way and still believe in abortion. It's almost like, well, no, you just have to just not think about stuff like that, in order to live with it. And but the fact remains that pro-choice means pro-death, death. You living with death. If you think, well, I'm pro-choice all your life, you're thinking, I'm pro-death, 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 pro-death. Not pro-life, 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 pro-life. I mean, even the psychological effect of believing in death is going to have a bad effect on you as a person. If you introduce death in your body to someone who is part of you, hasn't even separated from you, that is a mighty dangerous thing to do to you. The mother is a terrific risk psychologically with this whole idea. I mean, there's just so many ways that this is a bad idea. Yes?
Well, I thought this whole thing was about children's paradise, but you haven't said a thing about the paradise. What do they do? What is this, like a
Well, it's like an orphanage. It's kind of,
like
well,
that?
you can imagine with so many
If they're not
children
gonna
being
grow up,
killed.
why should they even
They're
be in
being,
school?
oh, they grow up, but they have to be taken care of
Where
until
does
they
it say that
do.
in any of the makeup stuff we've been making up for the past 2,000
Well,
years?
we didn't have abortion on the scale that we do now. The reason why we didn't,
right.
the reason why we didn't is because women would die of infection. So, but we still had children being killed, but they would be killed after they were born, so that the mother wouldn't be at high risk, because the mother was the adult, the breadwinner, the baby, or the caretaker, and so they didn't want her killed, die, and so we've never had abortion on the scale that we do now.
What's it?
Because it wasn't safe. Well, in paradise then, we got all these millions of children that are growing up in our, orphanage-like places
So
where
you're
people
getting this straight
take
from the
care of
horse's
them.
mouth, as they used to
Yeah. Well, this is what my
Sister-
sister
say.
on the other
The dead
side,
one, right?
is going to show me, and she's showing me a paradise for children, to all of these children, and she says, even the natural flow of people, the way they develop, has been interrupted by this because of the
Do
need to take care of these
Do the
little
old people
children.
have to babysit these?
Yes, and
You
the
have to
little
babysit?
children grow up and they help
You have
because
to
they're
babysit these people?
yes. Well, of course they have to. They have to grow from.
Well, how old do you get to be before you get to quit babysitting?
Oh well, I'm going back up there and help babysit. I'm
Well, that's
going
what I
to
said.
go.
If the babies are growing older, shouldn't you
Well,
be growing
I've
older?
just got to keep helping with this problem. I've been helping on this side. I didn't actually tend the kids, but I kept writing, trying to tell people, no, this is the wrong way to go. We have to return to our traditions. Yes, it's true that a lot of stuff gets involved, religious leaders
There's a lot of slums in the
put
world.
a lot of stuff into
Too
religion
many people having
that
children they can't afford.
that
them.
isn't true. Say for example, I could give you a good example of polygamy. Well, anytime a leader introduces polygamy into his religion, I'm going to say, this is taking a wrong turn. We can't trust that guy anymore. It's just that, look at religious leaders trying to get more power, trying to get more attention, will introduce ideas that are not a good idea. Polygamy is not a good idea. And
Well, it is for some guys.
well, guys, but it's a very bad idea for children. It's a very bad idea for the women. And so, yes, it's true. Religions can take this turn and that turn, the wrong turn, but that doesn't make the ideas that religion has, studied or developed or looked at.
Religion
Try
is
to
whatever you want it to
understand,
be, whenever you want.
Tried to understand, that doesn't make them not valid. I mean, we learn a lot of these
Wait a minute.
ideas through religion because religions retain this idea that,
That
you
what?
die, you go somewhere, you have a
Not all
spirit.
religions take that.
No, well, but a lot of them do. And this is where the ideas come from. Well, this is what got debunked when you got something like legalized abortion. Religion got debunked, this is wrong. Never did we have such attack on religion.
Well, I was defunct, but
As
I wasn't
when-
debunked.
Abortion was legalized because all the people that were going to defend it had to fight with all the religious people. And the religious people, I would say, were pretty stunned when this happened. I mean, they couldn't even get themselves together to, some of them still haven't got themselves together to say, well, we need to fight this.
That's because religions don't like each other.
I know, and they don't cooperate. And
geez.
right now we have, I was raised a Mormon. We have a Mormon.
You weren't raised a Mormon.
I was raised in a Mormon state.
A Jack Mormon, yeah.
Yes, by a Jack Mormon father and mother, more or less, who
Anybody
My
that's
mother
seen you
had
before
been raised
knows
as
all
a
this.
Mormon, but what bothers me is so much of the abortion is not practiced in Utah to any degree at all. They don't believe in it. But many Mormons don't pay attention to what's going on in the rest of the world. They haven't gotten themselves together to decide that the rest of the world needs attention, and they need this kind of attention toward, because of that issue that's got so out of hand. And they just haven't done done that work. And I just do not believe that Mitt Romney, for example, is going to be a heavy hitter in this area. He's jumped back and forth. It's just like that, like.
Yeah, but he's got some great commercials out now. Got a Chinese, couple of black guys, a Mexican, and some people, I don't know what they're from. These commercials on television. Blah, 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 blah. And I'm a Mormon, too.
Yeah, but believe me,
What?
Mormons' belief in the hereafter is extremely strong. They've got details. I used to go to church and listen to them, talking about the hereafter all the time.
Who made it up?
Well, to him,
Seriously.
he's a skeptic.
I was involved
You
with
make it up.
Scientology because of my ex-wife. That's all made up. If I could tell you some of the stuff they believe, that the spaceships came here a couple 100,000 years ago, and that's how we are the way we are, because we were. You would not believe the poor people that come.
Who knows?
And they make you pay for the books because, you'll be clear now. But for an extra $1,000, we'll get you a little clearer, and for $10,000, we'll make you real clear. And if you're still not clear after
No,
that,
in other words,
you're
money.
pretty damn dumb, stupid.
Oh, he's got a bug about Scientology. Had some.
I said my
And,
ex-wife got
but,
involved with it, so did my daughter.
But anyway, I'm just thinking about this morning, and this experience I'm going to have seeing this children's paradise and contemplating up close all the little children that
2-minute
have
warning.
been dispatched to the hereafter without thought. I mean, only thinking about solving this problem here, and not
What
thinking
about the
about
natives?
the problem
The natives that
of these
didn't know
poor little
anything
children are
about
going to
religion.
have. That you just can't do that. You just don't take care of a problem by killing
So what's this got to do with your book?
a baby. You don't take care of a problem
What's
by
this
killing
got to
the
do
baby.
with your book?
You just don't. Well, I've got to tell all that, talk about all that,
So
because
you're getting
it's a huge
first-hand
problem.
information.
And I know there's a lot
from
of people are
somebody
going to say,
talking
"Oh,
with
I
you."
don't want to hear anything about that." Well, naturally they don't want to hear about it, because it's what's been happening in our world that nobody wants to really take a good look at, because it's uncomfortable. It's unpleasant. It's having to face that liberals
It's
as
unpleasant
well
to
as
you.
conservatives can be wrong. They can take the wrong road. They can go down the path of darkness just as well as a conservative that they're saying can, with their ignorance and their ideas on what, rigid ideas on what good is and what bad is. And so I'm just throwing my 2 cents worth in there. Bye.
Happy now?
Yes.
Okay.